Hi there, Scorpio. It's your boy Drucifer from King of Wands Tarot. Actually, it's Divine Debauchery Tarot now. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. If this video resonates with you, remember to just take what resonates and then leave all the rest. Scorpio, this is your reading for the month of April. Let's see. Shit. That card keeps on falling right there because there's a lot of wind. Alright, Scorpio, in the pre-shuffle, you got Sagittarius, and this is from the Codes Oracle. Wow, I was having a Wendy Williams moment right there. The Codes Oracle, I can't say that, Star Codes Oracle. That's a tongue twister right there. It's one of my new favorite decks. It does mythology, astrology, anthropology, sociology, mysticism, science, like all that together. This is one of my favorite decks. I really do like it. And then we got the Tarot Vintage right here for your regular reading, past, present, future. And then we're going to finish off with the Doreen Virtue Sacred, the Romance Angels. Wow, I am a beginner, right? Okay, so basically for you, Scorpio, we got Sagittarius, and the message with that, number 9 for all you number buffs, right there. Which, by the way, I love these cards. Look at that Sagittarius card. Anyway, it says expand. I wrote here in my notes, break the spell with your acclamations of truth at the precise moment. Break the spell that you've been in, or the rut that you've been in, or the bad omen, or whatever looming cloudy character has been, you know, perpetuating you, and it looks like for quite some time. Break it with the truth of your words, your wisdom, and your voice at the precise moment. You'll know when that moment is. It could be in public, it could be just one-to-one with somebody, but you'll know exactly what to say. It'll come out almost, you won't even have to think about it. With the message for Scorpio, with this Sagittarius card that comes out here, this basically says, it's kind of like Jupiter. It's expansion. It's getting to know new foods. Reminding yourself that you are a global citizen. I do like this adage that it has here, Scorpio. It says, speak your truth. Remember that fairy tale, The Emperor's New Clothes. A pair of con artists arrive at an emperor's court claiming to make beautiful garments. Beautiful gowns, beautiful gowns. They say their creations are only visible to people of quality. Incompetent people can't see the clothes. No one in the emperor's court wants to admit they can't see the supposed intricate garments. And the emperor wears his new clothes on parade. Only honest Sagittarian style boy speaks up with rancor and states pretty much the obvious. The emperor is naked, and the spell breaks. He breaks the spell. Kind of like when Eve bit the apple, it kind of, you know, everybody was aware that they were naked, innocence was gone or whatever, except this time, innocence, it'll be like reversed. The innocence will be restored, or the faith will be restored in something where there hasn't been a lot of solace or sanctuary for quite some time. Ask what spell you need to break and speak up. Just because you see it doesn't mean you have to say it. Timing and pacing are everything. Be honest, not mean. You know what I mean? Don't take this avenue, Scorpio, of resting on your laurels of fabricated principles that you picked up along the way for survival and for certain circumstances, because you only screw yourself over at the end of the day because you know that you'd be lying to yourself. Watch out for the geographic cure. And the geographic cure is a belief that travel will problem solve, because wherever you are, there you are still. So the geographic cure is something that we want to avoid. We can't escape anything. We have to, you know, even if it's a specific group of people or something at your job or family member or extended friend group, this situation and this Wheel of Fortune cycle is going to keep showing up in different ways, and you're either going to see it or you're going to not, but you're going to go through hell over and over and over and over in the spin cycle if you don't hit the nail in the head. Honor all your relationships. Sagittarius reminds us that our spiritual path is connected to all our relations. The two-footed, the four-footed, the many-legged, winged, scaled, finned, and they are all connected to us. Okay, let's see here. Let's get into the tarot here portion. And what I have for you right here is, in the past, we have the Six of Pentacles, but unfortunately it's in the reverse. And then in the present, we have the King of Pentacles, but unfortunately he was in the reverse. And then in the near future, we have the Five of Swords, but unfortunately it was in the upright. Okay, now let's get into it. Oh, also, by the way, at the bottom of the deck, could have been more perfect. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. So it seems like there is a lot of currency, a lot of exchange, a lot of ideas, a lot of ability, a lot of ability, a lot of earned reputation and know-how, and like you get the fast pass for it, like people trust you or whatever, or they trust your judgment, or you know, you've already earned the sovereignty or whatever that it takes to get past that security or into that area 51 area, the top secret, whatever. Anyway, what this is indicating here is pretty specific. Let's see, Scorpio. What this looks like to me is just that story that I just cited with the Emperor's New Groove, or his new clothes, or some shit like that. It's gonna take an honest person, anybody, even you, to say, hey, what the fuck is wrong here? You know, we all have to get together and we have to break the spell, because unless we have a circle, unless we have a sacred space of redemption, this shit's gonna always keep happening in the future. Is this Five of Swords. It's saying you're either this guy walking away or you're this guy staying. And sometimes, you know, when you have that gray cloud luminous over you, so does he, and so does that other guy. It's a lose-lose-lose, because this is a victory won, but not by, you know, not fairly, and not for any noble reason. It's all ego. It's all propaganda. It's all hearsay. It's all in the shadow side, the ego side, everything like that. It could be you winning a perceived battle or a war or something, or you being taken for granted, or taken for, you know, whatever. Again, it's because you're giving. In the past, you started giving all of your ducats and your money, and you're giving it to the wrong people. You're focusing your attentions on the wrong people, and trying to justify it by saying you're giving a helping hand. Yeah, you were, but if you give a Rottweiler a raw steak, he's not gonna not bite you after he's done eating the steak. He's not just gonna not be a Rottweiler, he's still gonna be a Rottweiler. So why don't you cook that steak, think outside the box, instead of giving that raw steak to the Rottweiler, cook that shit, cut it up into tiny little pieces, and give it to the little Chihuahua or Fido the dog. Use that metaphor. I kind of love it. In the present moment, there is the King of Pentacles in the reverse, and I believe that is you, Scorpio. So you're sitting on your throne. You cannot be told any different. You know that something's up and something's right. I mean, not right, because if there wasn't anything going on, you'd be happy as a clam, and that's just not the case. So here's what we're gonna do. Oh yeah, and by the way, since the Ace of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck, this is where we've been coming from, is a delay and a new beginning and a new way to make cash, a new way to think about being successful or having successful friendships or business relationships. It's really just about acquiring those skills, you know what I mean? And knowing that coming up at that, but more towards the end of the month, there is going to be an opportunity for you to drastically change the landscape of where you're at right now. And that's going to be with your words, with your truth, and forgiveness to yourself, and stop lying to yourself. And here's what the love angel messages have to say. Worth waiting for. I got that song in my head, something saying I should get this one too. Yes. So you're coming from a place of codependency. And this codependency is something of like Munchausen syndrome, or being able to have some sort of control over a very tumultuous and diabolical landscape. If you fall in love with your captor, or vice versa, or whatever, you're saying, that's the control I have over it because I decided that I was going to do that. When really you don't, and you don't like it. Codependency, this is where it's coming from. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. You know what? Get off that crack, Scorpio. That's what I'm telling you. It's not fun. Alrighty, and then we have worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And then we have let your friends help you. Ask for and accept help from others. So, you've been waiting for a girl. No, you've been waiting for a while. Waiting in the wings. And realizing now you have to let the friends, or take a leap of faith and have the discernment to know which friends are going to be there for you, or, you know, from what you've learned this far. And let them, don't be too proud, let them help you get out of this rut, because this could be the thing that's standing between you and six figures, or you and that house, or you and that car, or you and that happy life and that happy family and network. Alrighty, Scorpio, thank you so much for tuning in. Please remember to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening to me, Gab, and we will see you next month. Thanks.